Well, I've been going through a box, and firstly, there's some screws. Look like the ones that fasten mostly for the circuit board on a MiG-20 or Commodore 64. You know what? Screws are always good. I think, because I've been doing some tinkering here, I have accumulated some screws. Before they get lost, I think I'll put them in the bag.
That was easy.
And then, here we have a cool thing. Now, have I tested this? No. Do we know if it works? No. I've seen them. I've used them. They're good things from what I remember. This is a Z-Tech Super Graphics Junior printer interface. That is a Centronics parallel port. That is what was on most printers back in the day. And this would plug in the printer. This would plug into funny, it looks like there's not enough pins. But maybe it only has the pins it needs. This would go into the serial port, where mostly, disk drives and printers would go. And this would go on the cassette port. Still giving you a place to plug in your data set. But the interface needed power, so it would steal it from the computer. Makes perfect sense. So this, yes, a Z-Tech Super Graphics Junior. It has dip switches. I don't remember what they do. But at some point, I will have to look this up and see what's what. The reason these became popular is, quite frankly, most of the Commodore printers weren't very good. Like the MPS 801 and the 1525. They were noisy. And the print, well, it wasn't good. The character set was not great. Unless, of course, now there was, I think for the 1525, and I'm sure for the MPS 801, there was a company, and I knew the fellow who did it. They made a chip, an EEPROM that you could put in that would make the character set as good as it possibly could be on the MPS 801. And I think the 1525, certainly the MPS 801. Their name was Walenta. But really, the print really wasn't great. It was okay. It was acceptable, but it wasn't great. And a lot of the other printers that were available had much better print. Now, there were people, I'm trying to think, Star Micronics, I think it was, they came out with printers that actually had the Commodore interface in them, so you didn't need one of these, but the printer also had the usual port for something like this. And from what I remember, a lot of the really good features of the printer that you could make use of, you couldn't make use of if you just used the regular Commodore serial port. You needed to use the interface. That's what I remember. Anyway, always exciting. Now here, this is a bit of a mystery to me. I mean, I've seen these. I know that what this is, definitely. This is a 1200 baud 1670 modem. I used these. I used to write for Run Magazine about things like this. This one is unique, and this may have been an addition or an adaptation or something, but because I don't see anything. But anyway, on the top of this one, see on the back, there's holes for some dip switches. I don't remember what they were for, but I could figure this out. But this one, I've never seen this. There's a rectangle hole on the top, and I don't know why. I'm just gonna. I can't really see in there very well. Oh, you know what? I have better glasses here. These are crazy glasses. Now, when I put them on, I can't really see, but they are really magnified. So if I look at this hole, okay, the hole does look not factory. It looks like it's been carefully cut, and it's very neat, but not factory. I can't imagine why we do that. And I don't see any screws. Maybe this just pops apart, but I don't really want to kill it at this time. But for some reason, maybe there's other things in there to access. Maybe this was modified. I don't know. I can't really see. I'm not sure what magnification, but lots of it. So I will have to explore this. I'm going to put it in this bin of parts here. And because I've not marked it, I'll know I haven't checked it. Now here, there are two things. And maybe they work, maybe they don't. One of them is very yellowed, one of them is very not. Actually, it looks pretty good. It does. There's some dirt up in the corner, but that can be. Anyway, these both are A520s. And see, the Amiga, originally, the Amiga 1000, had color video out of an RC. It had a video port, which took, a special cable that went to the monitor, and it was really good. But it also, if you were just using a 1701 or 1702 or some other composite monitor, it had color out. After the Amiga 1000, that was not the case. And it had mono video out of the RCA port. Unless you got one of these, or two of these, and plugged them into the video port. It also had, if you were it also had an RF modulator that if you were going to use a TV, you could. I don't remember right off the top of my head if the Amiga 1000 had such a thing or not. But definitely, they were something mostly used on the Amiga 500, which was kind of a pain because, the 500, it's here, it's fine, it's dandy, and then you got this thing sticking out the back. But it had audio in, video out. So I'm sure that was helpful for some people. And then the RF modulator was on the back. Now let's see. Ooh-wee, a vast difference. Both made in Taiwan. Both have German writing on them. One of them is serial number 10360, and the other one is 478-179. So certainly Commodore made a lot of these. Anyway, these two need to be checked out with an Amiga. So I'm going to put these in the bin. So I really can't do anything with them right now, except acknowledge that they're here and put them in there. Because they're not marked, I know they're not tested. So, they do need to be tested. They do. Oh, and the Z-Tech Super Graphics Junior. I'm not sure if they made a senior or not. Maybe. Z-Tech was also the company that made really, really fine a really fine interface to connect a hard drive to a 64. They called it the Lieutenant Colonel. Colonel was spelled K-E-R-N-A-L. And they came in an impressive case. And it was good, especially if you were doing something you needed an awful lot of storage, like running a bulletin board. Or, you didn't want to mess around with floppy disks, except for backups, of course. There was all kinds of third-party greatness back then. As from what I can tell, there still is. And, by the way, if you go to the world of Commodore, I suspect you will find some of these new cutting-edge companies that are making bits and pieces and interesting adapters, and I'm not sure what, I don't want to say what, because I don't know who's coming. And I'm not familiar with a lot of these new things, because I haven't got a lot of these new things. But definitely the world of Commodore is any year. And remember, it's the first Saturday in December. You may if you've seen some of my videos, you've already seen I've talked about it. Probably by the time you see this one, the 2019 World of Commodore is over and finished with. But remember, next year's another year. So at some point, Google World of Commodore 2020 and see what comes up. I'm sure there won't be anything for a while, but I'd like to think it continues. I would like to think. Well, I've looked at a lot of things and found only one machine that's working, and I do have to go and let the owner know that it's happy, but he still needs a power supply. He does, both for his 64 and his VIC-20. But he can get by with one to do both, not at the same time. Well, next, and not now, I think it's time once again to head down 1541 Lane. Let's see what's fun. I do have, there are two of them here. You know what I do want to do at some point, and I will do it soon, is I want to do another copy all thing. Because someone is asking, well, how long does it take to copy a whole 1541 disc using copy all? And the answer is, I don't know. But I think I will find out. But I'm not going to make everybody sit through that. I think that is the beauty of time-lapse photography. And you know, I kind of wish copy all made the lights flash, because that would be a little more interesting. Anyway, I don't think it'll be a long video. I think it'll be quite short, but I will get an answer. But right now, that's about all I have to say about that. So, oh, by the way, I don't remember now, off the top of my head. I found this on one of the Commodore Facebook pages, and I liked it. So I put it up there, but I also did, oh, what's the, there's a program on my laptop called Faststone. My mother found it, and I got it. Oh, dear. And you can make things bigger, as in tell a picture that maybe it's 800 by 600, you can tell it to be much bigger. So it didn't really do much on the screen here until I expanded it, but it is, it's impressive. I like this. It is. Anyway. I'm feeling kind of tired. Almost like it's time to enter the Twilight Zone.
That was easy.
So, thank you for being here for this continuing saga of assessment and triage. And stay tuned. We'll see how some of these machines turn out. Until then, bye for now.